welcome to Shelley Has Opinions, the hit podcast where the Chatfield girls try and guess their sister Shelley's opinion on a variety of topics. My name is Holly Chatfield Flanagan, and with me is
Shelley Chatfield Allison.
And we also have
Julie Chatfield Miller.
And finally, our sister expert for today is
Kellie Chatfield Whitcomb.
Hey guys, I have some good news and some bad news. Are you ready for it?
Uh-oh.
Ready?
Yes. Sure.
Which one do you want first?
I want the bad news first.
Yeah, I want to end on a high.
The bad news is that pretty soon, within the next week or 10 days, we're going to have a Julie who's not pregnant. I'd gotten so used to it on the podcast.
But yay!
I feel like that might be good news for certain members of this group.
No, I just love all of the diabetes humor that we're...
I mean, that's true. It will create a hole.
I'm sorry it's your loss, you guys.
Such bad news, but do you want the good news?
Yes.
There is another pregnant sister on this podcast.
Dun, dun, dun.
You'll never know which. Let's move on.
But who is it, you ask? I also ask. Anyone want to answer?
It's me, Kellie!
Hooray!
Hooray! Now, Kelly, all you need to do is get gestational diabetes and we'll have everything we need.
Deal. I'll get working on them pancakes.
Oh, man, is that what you call making a baby? Working on these pancakes?
Working on them pancakes.
Sure.
Yeah, Kel, now we get to kind of see if you're more pregnant like me, where I never had morning sickness, but I did have heartburn galore, or Holly, who had morning sickness galore.
Oh, no.
But then my third trimester, I did have heartburn galore, so...
Well, so far, I have migraines galore.
Oh, no.
No.
That's a terrible pregnancy symptom.
So, Shelley Gang, we're going to put out a vote to you. It's a 4. You get choice A, choice B, choice C, choice D, and they include gestational diabetes, heartburn, morning sickness, or migraines. Which would you prefer when you're making them pancakes?
And whichever gets the most votes, that's what Kelly has to suffer.
Okay.
So if it's diabetes, Kelly, you have to start, just like eating straight sugar every day.
Guys, it's not cost by what you ate.
I think Tyler would be okay with that. Just pump me full of sugar.
Your husband, Tyler, loves sugar, and he's probably eating pancakes right now.
Probably.
Well, Kelly, we're so excited for you. And Julie, we're so excited for you to not be pregnant anymore. But mostly I'm excited for today's topic, especially because for maybe the first time ever, at least in recent history, when I told my husband the topic, he said, "Ooh, that's a good topic."
Nice.
I feel so honored because it came out of my brain. I'm so smart.
You are so smart.
The pros of diabetes.
That's true. Do my migraines make you smart?
Oh, gosh.
Morning sickness weirdly made me strong, but not smart. Like, I got so strong. I got ripped.
I mean, heaving really does work out your ab muscles.
Yeah, I can't say that heartburn brings any strength or wisdom with it. It only brought, what's it called? You can't sleep at night.
Insomnia?
Insomnia. All it brought was insomnia.
Maybe migraines hurt your brain because your brain is like exercising somehow, so it feels that burn.
It's growing pains.
Yeah.
It's like you took that one pill that makes you use all your brain in that one movie that I have never seen.
Limitless.
Limitless.
Are you saying Bradley Cooper was pregnant the whole time?
Twist.
Yes.
Well, Shelley, would you like to know today's topic?
Yes, as long as it doesn't include hard words, because I seem to not be able to think of words today.
Oh no. It's the dictionary.
That would be a so good topic. I'm pro dictionary for real.
And I'm anti. So
Oh no.
let's just do that today. We'll save this topic we prepared for next week.
I can speak extemporaneously about being pro dictionary. Can you speak extemporaneously about being anti dictionary?
That word is too big for me, and I am anti-dictionary.
I love vocabulary jokes.
And we refuse to learn what makes them funny.
Oh, I think I know what you are pro or con, like which one you lie
No,
on.
I was speaking as in just the royal we. Oh no, that is still me. Dang it. The royal we for Julie. The third party royal we.
The topic of dictionary is obviously out. We'll have to go back to what we planned on before. Today's topic is mouthwash.
Oh. This is a great topic.
How does that compare to dictionaries?
I don't know. I think they're about even.
Oh, dear.
Let's put them together and have them battle. Let's pour
Cool.
some mouthwash on a dictionary and see what happens.
When you pour mouthwash on a dictionary, it becomes a thesaurus, and that means they're even, right? That's what
We
thesauruses
need to come
do.
up with one more, and instead of rock, paper, scissors, it'll be mouthwash, dictionary, and whatever.
I say limitless pill for the third.
Drink down the limitless pill with some mouthwash, then you could read that whole dictionary like in 1 minute.
That's the best way to wash down pills is with mouthwash. Tasty.
I mean, that's what I do every morning for my multivitamin.
That's why you have gestational diabetes.
Mouthwash onset diabetes.
Oh gosh.
Julie's going to be pro mouthwash. I'm going to be giving you reasons why you should be anti mouthwash. And Kellie, as our sister expert and newly pregnant and therefore can't use alcoholic mouthwash, sister, is going to tell us why she thinks you won't. Well, she's going to tell us what she thinks that you'll choose.
Yeah. Don't tell Kellie what to think.
Don't tell Kellie what to think what Shelley thinks.
Are you ready, Shelley?
Yes, I think.
Fabulous.
All right, Shelley. Number 1 for why you should love mouthwash is the most obvious reason. Fresh, minty breath. Did you like that?
Yes, I did.
If you're like me, you have a really gross tongue. That's just a little fun trivia about me.
Nasty tongue.
I do have the nasty tongue. And I didn't realize there's like multiple things you can do about that. But I also, because I suffer from a lack of an entire sense, I can't smell. So I don't know if my breath stinks, but I assume it does.
You can't like feel your nasty mouth.
I can feel it, but I don't know how it would affect other people.
Got it.
Unless I'm like sticking my tongue out at them and then they go, oh yeah.
Then they're like, here's one of those copper tongue scrapers that's so hot right now.
Copper?
Yeah?
You know what my favorite copper thing is? The doggone Fox and the Hound.
You're my best friend, Copper. You're mine too, Todd.
Todd has a cold. Or no, Copper has a cold.
Copper said that with his dying breath.
Oh no, don't make that movie even more sad than it is.
No, my very handsome husband will often quote that line to me and just use his wildest voice.
Why that quote in particular? How does that apply to your day-to-day life?
We talk about Copper a lot in this house.
Oh, really? Cool.
They live in a copper mine. What do you think they're supposed to talk about? Black lung? They can't think about it or else it makes them too sad.
Yep, so we just talk about the Fox and the Hound. Something that's not sad at all. Anyways, freshen up that breath. Get rid of that nasty tongue with some delightful mouthwash. Kelly, this might interest you at this particular time in your life. When I was in my first trimester with all my babies, my mouth tasted terrible all the time. Like I'd eaten something rotten and then gargled with it.
Oh, gross. That sounds horrible.
It is horrible, and it makes everything taste terrible, and I hated it. And you know what? Tongue scrapers can only do so much, especially when you're already feeling pukey, because if you try to get it all the way back in your esophagus, like you really want to, it's not going to work out well for you. So I ended up gargling like the mintiest mouthwash I could find. I'm really glad I didn't end up swallowing any of it because I really tried to gargle it really far back in my mouth.
Oh gosh, didn't that make you want to puke?
Well, everything did. So,
so it's just the same as doing anything else.
Is that why you started eating toxic waste? Because you're like, well, I'll throw it up anyway. Who cares? That's what I do.
Correct.
That's what gave her the diabetes.
She's a mutant now.
Oh, that would be the worst X-Men power.
Your A1C levels are so bad.
Oh, man. So, guys, fresh breath. Great. It'll save you from rotten mouth. Great. It kills germs inside your mouth. Don't you love those mouthwash commercials where it shows the inside of a mouth and then those nasty germs swimming around in there, and then the mouthwash comes and swirls around inside it, and the germs just kind of fade into nothing? That always feels so satisfying to watch to me.
Yeah, it's kind of like watching those commercials where they do a similar thing with like a bleach cleaner or something like that. Like I like seeing like the 100 little dots turn into like no dots.
Shelley, do you remember many years ago that you had an app that was like a toothbrushing app?
I sing that song still sometimes.
Okay, I will sing it for everyone because it was this like toothbrushing app that like showed the kids where to brush for how long, and it would sing a song, and it was spooky for some reason, and Theo was very little and he loved it. And so here it is. Everybody needs to brush your teeth. Everybody needs to brush their teeth. Everybody needs to brush or your teeth will turn to mush. Everybody needs to brush their teeth.
Each verse was different for each quadrant of the mouth.
Yeah, one verse talked about little worms that like to eat, germs that like to eat your teeth like worms.
Yeah.
Guys, I think I might be pregnant because I think I'm going to throw up if we keep this conversation going.
Oh, yeah, Julie, I didn't even think about this. Corbin, your husband, will not be able to listen to this episode because it deals so much with teeth.
He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind teeth. It's teeth, the process of teeth coming out.
Got it.
That's what he doesn't like.
That's the problem. Okay.
Yeah, which it's going to be a rough season of our life for the next, 10 years.
Yeah.
Children losing teeth. Anyways, kill the germs inside your mouth. You don't want them swimming around in there, eating your teeth like worms.
Yeah. That sounds like a nightmare, having worms in my mouth.
We have to move on.
Okay.
Here, let's talk about, do you all remember when we were little? And we had a giant, in my mind, it was like a foot tall, a giant bottle of Act mouthwash.
Kids act.
Yeah. And I'm sure it was
Bubblegum
bubblegum flavored. Yes.
Ugh.
And it had the little like compartment on the top where you would squeeze the bottle and it would fill up the little compartment on top, and that's how much your little serving was. I thought that was so fun and so cool. Fun with mouthwash.
So you're saying mouthwash is not only good at cleaning, it can be good, clean fun?
Boo.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Shelley, we're vibing. And I'm sure it was fluoridated, so that's good for your teeth. Mouthwash, I know you can get the kind that doesn't burn, but I kind of prefer the kind that does burn.
You like a good mouth burn?
Yeah. It's like for exercise, it's working when it burns.
So do you like the kind of like face wash that like really tingles as you're using it? Like, is that how you use everything?
I do like that kind of face wash. I like feeling things that are working. I like feeling the immediate results.
Cool.
So a nice burning mouthwash. That's the one for me.
So you love alcohol in your mouthwash.
You know what? I love alcohol. Yum, yum, yum. My last point. Mouthwash in any movie is a signal to a special occasion. So, somebody wants to make a good impression with whatever they're going to go do, like a job interview or a date or something, because in their toilet montage while they're getting ready, they use that mouthwash.
And they do a nice loud gargle.
Oh, yeah. You got to get that gargle in there all the way to the back of the throat, almost trickling down your esophagus.
Yum.
Exactly.
But I would say it's mostly date related in movies. I don't go on dates anymore. I'm married. Does that mean I still have to use mouthwash?
Shelley, they do it in so many classic movies that don't include dates, like Elf.
Is there mouthwash involved in that movie?
Doesn't he drink something and then it's bad and it makes him cry sad tears?
He does drink alcohol.
No, he gets perfume in his mouth.
Oh.
And that's what he's sad tears.
I need to change all of my points because mine are all...
They're all elf related.
Yeah, so no.
What if people did spray like samples of mouthwash at you in a department store like they did with that perfume?
What, Banaka is?
Yeah, well, sort of, yeah.
What is that stuff? Very minty.
It is very minty, very powerful. I should get me some.
Yeah, because it's also very small. It could fit in your purse. No problem.
But also I'm worried because I have bad squirting aim.
Does Banaka...
At least your face will smell good then.
Does Banaka still exist, or is that only in the 1990s?
I don't know. I'm on it.
But if you were a perfume like sampler person in like a not a restaurant, where do they do this?
Department store.
Thank you.
But that would be a good place to have a mouthwash spray is in a restaurant.
That's true. Okay, so equivalent. You would have to hire like a sniper or somebody with really good aim.
A retired sniper. That's just the next career step.
We're just helping our returned soldiers find careers. It can be very challenging for them to join society back up. So this is perfect. Mouthwash sniper.
Banaka still does exist.
Oh wow.
All right, I'm going to buy Banaka for everyone as a birth announcement.
Banaka for everybody.
Oh man. So Shelley, if you have a special occasion coming up, gargle some mouthwash. Burn out all those germs. It'll make you feel like $1,000,000 and tell your brain, hey, this is special.
What if I just do it every day and just try to trick myself into thinking like today's gonna be a good day? There's something special's gonna happen. I just know it.
That sounds like a really positive attitude. I'm into it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh no.
Oh no. I promised I wouldn't threaten you. Shelley, do it. It's fun.
Oh, thanks. I like how you threaten me without even meaning to. It's just your instinct.
It's just my very threatening personality.
Will that still be around too after the baby? Will the threats keep coming?
It'll get 1,000,000 times worse when I'm sleep deprived.
Fun. Can't wait.
Well, Julie, those were some intriguing and freshly minty points that you gave, but my points aren't quite as minty as yours.
It sounds like they'll be very perfumey.
That burns in a different way.
It's still an alcohol burn, but a different kind.
Well, Shelley, I think you shouldn't like mouthwash for many reasons. The first of which is my teeth don't deserve a full spa service, and neither do yours.
Are you saying my teeth aren't good enough for mouthwash?
I'm saying nobody's teeth deserve to have a full spa treatment every day or any day. What do teeth do for us that we can't do for ourselves? Here's the thing. Honestly, there are people without teeth. Let's talk about it. Because they don't have teeth for whatever reason. And they find someone else to do teeth's work.
So, someone else? They don't use tools. They just use other people.
Well, babies.
Well, it's more like someone else. Like if you don't have teeth, you think that you need to call Uber. Oh, who delivers food? It's not Uber.
What Uber does, Uber Eats delivers food.
You call Uber Eats and you're like, get me the freshest cold pressed juiced and smoothies. And then
that was a cool way to say that.
And they do the work that teeth used to do or never did. Maybe someone didn't ever have teeth.
Is that how you used to cold press juice? Is you just squeeze fruit in your mouth with your teeth? Is that how you make cold press juice? You also have to have an ice cube in your mouth because our mouths aren't cold naturally.
It was a lot of work, and teeth, you know what? Even when they were doing all that work, they still weren't doing enough for me to really give it a spa treatment every day. You know, I work hard. How hard do teeth work? Not as hard as me. I'm the hardest working woman in the teeth business.
It makes it sound like you don't have teeth anymore.
It also makes it sound like you resent your teeth. Like, you lazy teeth. You just sitting there all day doing nothing.
I don't have teeth anymore. I just have gold-plated grills.
Oh, gosh.
And frankly, I do give them a spa treatment because, you know, they fancy and they need it or else they'll leave me. Oh, they're really high maintenance.
They've gotten used to a certain lifestyle.
But I do resent them for that. So that's my first point, is no one's teeth deserves a full spa treatment. My next point is that there are no subtle mouthwash flavors. Julie alluded to the fact that her mouthwash, for her, the more powerful, the better. But I say not everybody has the constitution of a woman with gestational diabetes.
I do have quite the constitution.
I say that there are many people for whom mouthwash at any flavor there are all different kinds, not just mint, but any flavor that is too strong. It's too strong. They just don't have the will to put themselves through that. And you know what? I am going to open up my business of subtle mouthwash.
What? So what are some subtle, are they just subtle versions of flavors that exist, or are they going to be like your own special blend of very subtle flavors?
No, here are some things that are subtle, but like still like useful in your nose.
Okay.
And those things are bread baking in someone else's house. So that's one flavor that I have going. I have not come up with a name for it yet, but I think I'm going to call it neighbor yeast. Does that work?
That sounds so disgusting.
Okay, I'll cross it off the list. My next subtle flavor that I really think would be good is rose water, but not so much, because I learned from Great British Bake Off that if you don't put enough, it's too subtle.
Uh-huh.
But if you put too much, it's too strong.
It's true. I also have learned that from Great British Bake Off.
So those are my two flavors that I'm working on right now. And I think that if the mouthwash industry can't accept me for who I am and the customers I serve, then they don't belong. They don't deserve to be an industry at all. Really.
So teeth don't deserve a spa treatment, but if they do, it has to be subtle. So subtle.
Exactly.
Can I say the one that came into my mind? I was thinking of like laundry soap scents, like ocean breeze. I'm like, that would not be a good one because it's just salty.
And Julie, I don't know if you know, but no smell is subtle for you because you ain't got no sense of smell. or every smell is subtle. Extremely subtle.
But I would love for you to take some of the classic mouthwash flavors and make them subtle. Like take a bubble gum and just so subtle. Like you're swishing with it and like only halfway through do you go, wait, is this bubble gum? Like maybe? That would be really exciting.
See, Shelley is going to be one of my future customers for neighbor yeast.
Oh no, I will not. I mean, that just sounds like a horrible experience. That reminds me of when Julie made me sniff the nutritional yeast she sometimes eats.
What? When did I do that?
When I was at your house last year.
Oh.
You made me smell it.
Well, I'm going to make you do it again someday.
Oh, no.
I'm going to make a nutritional yeast mouthwash.
Oh, no. It's going to be so salty. It's like, you must like salty mouthwashes because all your suggestions so far have been so salty.
Delicious. Swishing with saline. That's a thing.
Oh, that's true. Or like with a baking soda mix.
Ugh.
Is baking soda salty?
It's very salty. Like,
oh no. I'm going to have to go try it right after this podcast so I can prove to myself that it is salty. Because I want to believe you, but that sounds bananas.
well, it's kind of got, I don't know, it has the same like feeling in your mouth as when you have a lot of salt in there.
Salt is taste, not feel.
Wrong.
Unless it's crunchy.
Oh my gosh, I just got so angry about that. I don't know why.
It's the pregnancy hormones.
Oh no. Oh.
So you could have like the choice of a minty or mouthwash after something that's like, like you have to use the opposite mouthwash. Like if you've just eaten dessert, you have to use a salty mouthwash.
Oh my gosh. A complimentary, like, savory mouthwash afterward. Ugh. Oh, ugh.
Oh no.
So my next point as to why Shelley should be anti-mouthwash is I truly don't have one more ounce of emotional energy to devote to my daily personal care routine. I'm not fancy. Shelley Gang, if you look at me with your eyes right now, that'd be weird because I'm in a room alone. But if you look at pictures of me throughout the ages, you will see various levels of like finishedness, hair done, makeup done. When I was a baby, I didn't do any of that.
She really let herself go.
I didn't have the emotional energy for it at the time, but I've gone in waves since then, and right now I can not imagine using mouthwash in addition to all the other things I do. For instance, I have to trick myself into brushing my teeth right now because otherwise I forget, and to the point where I do it in the shower, and that's how I know that I'm brushing my teeth right now.
Do you sometimes just start showering and then just like happen to find a toothbrush up in your mouth?
No, luckily I have a windowsill that's right next to my shower, and that's where I keep it. And then my brain tells me, you've done it, Holly. You've brushed your teeth. Good job. If I have a sense memory of swooshing the toothpaste gunk down the toilet, not the toilet. Oh, that
You
delicious
lean out
toilet
the
shower
toward the toilet.
So if I have that memory, then my brain tells me, you did it, Holly. Don't worry about it. And then my teeth go, thanks. And I say, shut up.
What have you done for me today? Nothing.
You like that?
I do. But I'm just concerned that Mom's going to hear this podcast to hear you say that trash can word.
Oh, yeah. I really did say shut up to my teeth. It's hard to say because shut up, it really does use teeth. If you don't have teeth, it's hard to say shut up. Well, let's talk about it. I took a whole class in college about that kind of thing, so.
Elocution.
Or did you take like a speech pathology 101 amongst all your English classes?
We have to move on because I could really go in nerd deep into all of that. But honestly, right now, for me, this is Holly being so sincere. If you told me I had to use mouthwash every day, I think it would make me cry. Because I'm doing the best that I can right now. And right now there is zero best for mouthwash. So that's where I'm at right now. And I only assume that everybody in the world is feeling exactly how I feel at any given moment. So I don't want to put that on anyone else either.
Is that how empathy works for you? You don't put yourself in other shoes, you put everyone else in your shoes.
Yeah, and it works out really great for me.
Cool. I feel like I'm learning a lot about you this episode. You have no respect for your teeth.
So I have 2 more points, Shelley, as to why you should be anti-mouthwash. My penultimate point is mouthwash is low on the totem pole of wash contenders, compound words that utilize the word wash. Here is a listing of words that I think are better than mouthwash that contain the word wash. Body wash. I love to wash my body. I never need to remind myself to do that. If I did, I am glad that my reminder place is in the shower because otherwise that would get real messy. Next, car wash.
Mm-hmm.
I did not value the washing of a car until I moved to a place that is so dirty all the time. I mean, because randomly our street has a lot of like water main pipes and they're always digging down deep in those. And so my car is constantly dusty. And it looks like it's in an old Western all the time.
like all the other classic cars in Westerns.
I mean, in order to open up the van doors, I have to unbuckle the gun holster every time.
Is your car wearing a gun holster?
It's almost Halloween and it's just getting its costume ready because it's already dusty.
Cute. I like the idea of a car dressed up like a cowboy.
Also, now that you've said that, and your daughter then is going to hear this, she will want to dress up your car for Halloween.
Oh, no. I don't want to cut out this hilarious bit, but now I am really having a quandary in my soul. Anyway.
Do it.
Okay, so body wash, car wash, backwash. I like better than mouthwash even. And that's scandalous. Nobody likes backwash, but I like it better than I like mouthwash.
Gross.
Brainwash? I love brainwash.
Is that like to brainwash? I know is a verb, but is brainwash also a noun? Like, try this brainwash. Your brain will be so clean.
No, Shelley, that's just silly. And the last on my list of better washes than mouthwash, hogwash.
Cool.
And I didn't know that. I don't know if there's such a thing like a company that sells pig cleaning products, but if there is, I want to name it Hogwash. Well, I guess if there isn't, I want to name one Hogwash. If there is, I guess I have to do a corporate takeover and rebrand it as Hogwash. So, okay. My last reason why you should be anti-mouthwash is embarrassing for me.
I thought you just meant it is embarrassing. I was like, is it?
You use mouthwash? How embarrassing. Don't cry.
I'm not crying. I'm just trying to think of the best way to word this so it makes me sound the least silly and dumb as it can. I used to think that you drank mouthwash. I have drunk more than a handful of times mouthwash.
How old were you when you made the discovery it was not for drinking?
I don't want to say.
33.
33.
Just last year.
It was a time when I should have known. Let's say that. And you know what? Honestly, I can't be the only person in the world who that is the case for.
No, it's not embarrassing to me. Like, that you thought you could drink mouthwash. Like, I'm sure lots of little kids are like, oh, this has a flavor. It's a drink.
No, not that you could drink it, because you can drink a lot of things.
That you should. That's how it functions.
Yes. And one of my main personality and character traits, if someone were to make me be a character in a play or movie or book, one of the things that they would write is hates to be wrong. That would be one of my defining traits. Like,
what's her motivation? Oh, she hates to be wrong. Got it.
Like, just a couple weeks ago, I bemoaned to my husband that something happened where I was supposed to take a little friend to her first day of preschool, and it was at a house, and I was watching the door because the teacher came out, like was supposed to come out and get the kids, but the teacher never came out of the front door, and so I never got out of the car, and then I realized that all the little kids that were there were gone, and so the teacher had come out the back gate, and I wasn't watching, and she was like 2 minutes late. It was not a big deal. The teacher was fine. Everyone was fine. Even the little girl was not freaking out. And I was like having a meltdown in my brain.
Oh.
And I texted my husband. I said, I just hate to be wrong. Why am I like this? And I think the reason that I am like that is because I drank so much mouthwash.
That does not give you limitless brain.
No.
Did it ever hurt your tummy?
Honestly, I don't remember, but I mean, it should have if it didn't.
Maybe it hurt your brain and that's why you can't remember.
Okay, so I guess that's my last point is mouthwash gives you brain damage and emotion damage.
Cool.
It makes your brain hurt and your heart hurt. Shelley, don't choose it, please. I beg of you.
Well, I just feel a little bit now like we're going to be sued by Big Mouthwash.
Kellie, as the Shelley expert and someone who did use Act mouthwash as a child, what do you think Shelley's going to choose about mouthwash?
Well, there are a few points that have been left out, so let me enlighten everyone. One also good thing about mouthwash is that if you really wanted to look like a crazy person, you could put it in your mouth, gargle it until it foams out of your mouth.
for the rabies look that everyone is craving.
Oh, yeah. Instead of, getting in trouble and having your mom or dad wash your mouth out with soap, they can use mouthwash instead. So I think Shelley, obviously could go either way, but I think she will go con because it doesn't have an abundance of benefits.
It doesn't have multi-use. I like to only use
Yes.
things that can be used for many things.
Yes.
So now is the time we've all been waiting for, the opinion of the MVP of this podcast, the most Vanessa Hudgens podcaster, Shelley.
Oh.
What was it like kissing Troy Bolton in 3 movies?
I loved it. I used so much mouthwash for all those scenes. I was using mouthwash during those scenes.
That's why they ultimately cut you from the movie and traded you out with Vanessa Hudgens, because they were like, we can't hear any of her lines. She keeps gargling.
And before the scenes, you'd be like, Zac Efron, let's swap mouthwash during this scene.
Gross.
Shelley, what do you think about mouthwash?
Well, I will say that Julie spoke specifically mostly about minty mouthwash, and I will say that I have a child who hates mint. Any form of mint, has always hated it. And so he would not like a mint mouthwash ever. It would be punishment for him, like Kellie suggested. He would definitely feel like we were poisoning him. But I will say that he does use mouthwash, but it's not minty.
What flavor does he use?
Watermelon? So that's one thing. My son does use mouthwash. I do make him because he's got poor teeth. so we try to get as much fluoride up in there as we can. For all the other points, I mean, Julie's right. It does kill germs, maybe. I've read some things that it maybe doesn't, that the burning feeling just tricks your brain into thinking it's doing a job. And for making your mouth taste better, I guess. I don't know. I guess I need to experience Julie's terrible tasting tongue disease.
Rotten mouth.
Rotten mouth. Nasty tongue.
You don't seem very convinced by any of the points that I said.
Well,
of their
what I'm saying is, I've done some research on mouthwash after,
When?
like, in the past. I don't know exactly the dates. I can't
It's not
give
like
you.
while we've been talking.
No. And not even in the past, like, year or two. Probably before that. The tiny compartment at the top of the mouthwash for kids still exists. And it is fun. Jet likes to really squeeze it because, like, if it fills up more than the amount you're supposed to use, it like is a drain that drains it back out.
That's
So,
smart.
yeah, it's so
I feel
smart.
Like
And
that didn't exist when we were kids.
I just drank the excess.
But it is fun. It is fun to do that kind of squeezy thing. And I do also, Julie, have a memory that bottle was just like abnormally huge. I wonder how big it really was now. If it burns so good, I don't know. I think I'm more on the side of Kellie saying the burn is not an enjoyable thing for me. The burn of mouthwash just feels like something you do on, oh no, what's that show where you do scary things and eat scary things and
Fear factor.
Fear factor, like something you have to put up with for fear factors. Like, we're setting the timer for 60 seconds. See if you can make it all the way through. That kind of like mouth burn just feels like torture to me. But they do make alcohol-free mouthwashes, so you don't have to go through that if you don't want to. But either way, I gotta side with Holly and Kellie. Mouthwash to me, I mean, not that I don't agree with Holly in that my teeth don't do anything for me. I have learned since having my tongue tie cut that having your teeth around really helps you pronounce words correctly.
Hey, I could tell you all about that. Would you like to hear about it?
No. Pronouncing words is great. I love being able to chew food. I mean, teeth are great. I'm gonna come out on the side of teeth because I feel like my teeth do a lot for me. Rick's brother had to have his jaw closed, like wired closed for a while when they were growing up. So he had to have all his food put in a blender for like months. And I think I wouldn't enjoy that experience. So I'm glad I have teeth with which to choose food and not have to have my Uber Eats driver like baby bird me food.
Oh no. I didn't know you were so intimately acquainted with your Uber Eats driver.
Well, I mean, either I can get cold pressed juice all the time or he has to pre-chew all my food if I didn't have teeth.
Oh, no thanks.
Which would be horrible. So I'm glad I have teeth. Thank you, teeth. And maybe you do deserve a spa treatment every day, but I don't like to. I do agree with Holly that it's hard enough for me to like go to sleep ever. And doing a very long pre-bedtime routine is just too much. I just can't. So like I do the bare minimum. I wouldn't even say I do like I would say I don't even do enough most nights. And adding something else like mouthwash, just ugh. And just like I think my mouth tastes fine after brushing my teeth. I try and do a good job. So I don't want to do mouthwash.
You sing that creepy song in your brain. And
I do. I sometimes still sing it to Jet when I brush his teeth, and he's like, "Mom, stop!"
Oh, my kids still love it.
It is a little on the creepy side. I don't know why they decided to go that direction with a toothbrushing song, but
You know what I sing to my kids when they brush their teeth?
oh, I'm brushing my teeth and back. That one.
No, I was going to say Thriller by Michael Jackson.
that's a good one.
So creepy.
All good toothbrushing songs.
Well, I use the music video version, which is 14 minutes long, so I feel like that means they're doing a good job.
Oh my gosh, they wouldn't have any teeth after a while. It'd just be worn down. Oh. You're like, kids, you don't need these. Let's get rid of these.
I mean, what have these teeth ever done for you? Let's not use a toothbrush. Let's use a file.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Corbin can't listen to it.
I feel like I did always know you're not supposed to drink it, but maybe it's because I always knew I didn't like it. So that's not a point that I agree with for Holly. But I also think it's probably relatively common for kids to think, like, oh, this thing that is flavored so good, I'll drink it. Sounds delicious. So, Holly, you don't need to be embarrassed.
But I am.
We still love you.
Oh, thank you. I think both things can be true. I could be embarrassed and you can love me.
I do feel like, though, I am going to have to disagree with Holly on the fact that I think backwash is worse than mouthwash. I think that I'm not going to go as far as to say I prefer backwash to mouthwash. I think if I had to put one over the other, I would. If I had to use mouthwash, I would. Like, if the dentist said, like, Shelley, your teeth will fall out if you don't start using mouthwash, then I probably would start using it at least occasionally. But if I had my druthers, I would not use mouthwash ever, period.
Oh,
Wow.
man. That was stellar, Shelley. You did a very decisive job on that.
I just now also feel guilty because I know I probably should use mouthwash, but I just don't like it.
Can I tell you guys the origin story of mouthwash?
Like, the invention of mouthwash or the topic
Yeah.
of mouthwash?
No. When I told Corbin that the topic was mouthwash and that I was pro, I was like, don't be mad. And he was like, why would I be mad? And I was like, because I feel like you have a vendetta against mouthwash because it, like, originally started off as, like, a household cleaner. And then they, rebranded it to be like, hey, you can use this in your mouth.
Oh.
What was it used for to clean in your house?
I don't remember. You're the expert, Kelly.
Was it used to take, like, wallpaper off or something, like wallpaper glue?
I don't think it was that powerful.
I don't know.
In my mind, I'm like, was it window cleaner? Maybe.
Ooh, delicious Windex mouthwash.
Yes. Windex brand mouthwash.
Well, Shelley, thank you for sharing your opinion about mouthwash. And now we are going to move on to our segment, Kid Jokes.
Kid jokes, kid jokes, kid jokes, kid jokes. I don't want to do kid jokes.
And in our segment, Kid Jokes, we, Chatfield Girlos, have kids in our families. And now we have one growing. Kelly, does your baby want to say a kid joke?
No, it's tired. It's sleeping.
It's so sleepy. I thought it was going to be a kid joke that came out that was going to make it a burp cast. I had a lot of kid jokes like that when I was pregnant.
Badass burps.
Yeah. Well, we have kids and they have jokes. And Julie, this week your kids are the ones with the jokes.
Oh man, do they ever have jokes? I had the children gather round me and I said, kids, tell me some jokes. And whew, my ears were ringing for hours afterwards. Because they all wanted to tell me their jokes very loud all at the same time. I have so many of them. We'll just start reading them off, and we'll see what makes it in. Okay. Here's Theo's. Why did Meowth from Team Rocket throw a clock in the air?
Why?
He wanted to see time fly, then catch it with a Pokeball.
Meowth wants to be able to control the concept of time.
Yes.
Oh, Team Rocket.
Lukey's jokes are literature inspired.
Which is crazy because he's 4.
He's 3. He's even crazier.
That's right.
So we read Dragons Love Tacos. And here's a joke that he was inspired by that book. Why do dragons like tacos?
Why?
Because they like taco parties with meatballs.
Meatball tacos. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I like that too.
That would be good. Here's another book we read where it's a train racing a car. And there are cows on the track. And here's almost an exact quote from that book that he decided to steal as his own joke. What does the car say when there's cows on the track?
What?
Move it.
Oh, that's a good
And
one.
here's his addition. Then they go to jail. Also, a funny side note, the cows in the pictures had really big udders. And every time we read it, he points at them and says, why do they have hands down there?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, here's a Ruby joke.
And she's 5.
And she's 5, for real. It's almost like I'm screaming. Mama. Get it?
That was a thinker.
Needless to say, I did not get it. And so I moved on, and when I came back to her, it's like, okay, tell me another joke. She started doing a very similar thing, just making noises. I'm like, I don't get this joke.
Oh my gosh. I love experimental humor so much. I have watched so many comedy specials with my husband, and when they're over, I've been crying, laughing, and he just looks at me and he's like, I don't get it. So many. Oh my gosh.
Here's a joke that I got 40 times from Lukey. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Someone hammered on your head.
Someone hammered on your head. Who?
Someone hammered on your earring.
Ouch.
How about this one? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
No, guys, you have to say knock, knock, who?
Oh, knock, knock, who?
Knock, knock. Got that one a lot of times, too. Okay, we'll end with another Theo joke. I'm not sure if I've told this one before. What's a dinosaur called that runs a marathon?
What?
What?
A Tyrannosaurus.
Oh. Yeah.
Another version is a Tyrannosaurus.
Oh
my
also
gosh.
good.
No.
Tyler's gonna love that one.
Oh my gosh. Are you also going to tell the one that Ruby told? Because I want to see if he likes experimental comedy like I do.
Oh, I need to get Ruby recorded saying one of those jokes because it's just the best.
Well, this has been our segment, Kid Jokes.
Kid jokes, kid jokes, kid jokes, kid jokes. I don't want to do kid jokes.
Shelley Gang, as I wipe away tears of laughter, I would like to start crying tears of Gratitude, gratitude.
I'm so grateful and great. Gratitude.
I am so grateful that you decided to join us for this episode of Shelley Has Opinions. If you want to get other people to join us, tell them. Here's the pitch. Say, hello, my name is Holly. And they'll be confused and then they'll be intrigued. And then you say, I like a podcast and you should listen to it. And it is about these sisters who try and get their shy sister Shelley's opinion on a variety of silly topics. They just talked about mouthwash and they said some crazy business. And see if they like it. And that's called an elevator pitch. And in an elevator, you have to tell everyone your name when you walk in.
Or whatever name someone tells you to say.
You have to do that, and then you have to say a thing that you like. It's like an icebreaker because you're all in really close quarters. You need to be able to trust each other.
What if you did have to give an elevator pitch when you got in an elevator and like 10 people get in and like all doing a pitch at the same time? That'd be so wild.
I would love it so much. Especially in a hotel elevator when we've all been at the pool and then we're going up at the same time as other people who just finished eating breakfast or something. So we're dripping wet and they're like sweating.
They have the breakfast sweats.
They got the meat
Too
sweats.
much sausage. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Are you in labor yet, Julie?
I'm trying not to pee my pants. Trying so hard.
Shelley Gang, really, you can send those elevator people to shelleyhasopinions.com. That's SHELLEY, hasopinions.com. And there, they can find old episodes of our show, pictures of us, biographies of us, which my daughter says biography, and I can't get her to stop.
Cool.
And also, you can find our social medias there. We would love for you to reach out to us. Tell us what topics you would like to hear Shelley talk about. And mostly, we just want you to come back next week because we just love you so much. And by then, we'll have another pregnant sister, probably.
Who will it be?
Oh.
Nobody knows.
Come back next week and find out.
I didn't realize we were a serialized radio drama.
That's why our cast is so big, because someone has to get pregnant every week.
Oh no.
Yikes.
And with that, thank you, and I love you, and goodbye. Goodbye. I love you so much. Listen to me gargle. Go, 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 go. Gosh dang it, Shelley. Where are you?